Hey guys, what's up? Today we're going to be exploring about Git commands. So if you guys have ever been to my GitHub page and you guys have seen all my projects, right? So you guys might be wondering how I've sort of uploaded these without actually, dragging and dropping, like what most, providers like Google Cloud do with storage. So the way I do it is with this control version system actually, and it's called Git. Before I continue on with the video, I would like to leave a huge shout out to Knock Meal Down inside of our Discord server, where he suggested this video on Git commands. If you guys haven't joined the server already, do join. Currently there's only 3 people, obviously, but you guys can, ask me questions, coding questions, and all that good stuff. So without further ado, let's just start the video. Alright, so the first thing we're going to want to do is just check to see if a Git is downloaded. Now, if you have a Unix-based system, so Mac or Linux, and I guess some variants of Linux, you will have Git installed. Just to check this, just type Git. Alright, now let's suppose if you get an error, or if you're on a Windows computer, then what you're going to want to do is just head on over, just type in Git download, and you're going to see the first website by git-scm.com. Over here, in fact, let me actually just go to the initial website. Alright, over here you're going to get a downloads button. It's usually going to check, so you're going to get a downloads button, and just, you can get like a Windows build, so you just click Windows, and it's going to go ahead and just start up a setup wizard. So go through that setup wizard, and then you guys should have Git downloaded. To check to see if you have actually downloaded it correctly, just type Git onto your Git bash, and it should work. Alright. Now, the next thing we're going to want to do is just go ahead and create an account on GitHub. Now, if you guys have already created an account on GitHub like me, you guys don't need to worry about this. The reason why I'm telling you guys to create an account on GitHub is because that's where we're going to be storing our work. The next thing I want to do is just create a repository. So I'm going to call my repository Git Commands. Alright? And I'm going to go ahead and initialize a Readme. A Readme is basically like a file that people read just to understand your program. Alright, and I'm just going to go ahead and create that repository. Alright, now the next thing I'm going to do is just go ahead and click like this code button, and I'm going to copy over this link. Alright, now that that's done, what you need to do now is just go ahead and head on over to your terminal. Now this is the first Git command we're going to learn about. The first Git command is called git clone, and then your link. So what this does is it goes to the GitHub repo and takes it and just copies it down onto your computer. Now, if you should see done and objects 100%, then you have done everything correctly. Now we're going to learn some more Git related commands. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is just open up your favorite editor. So for me, it's just Visual Studio Code. And you're just going to want to open up that file you just found. So to know the name of the file, it's just the name of the repo. So for us it was, what was it called? Git Commands. Okay. Now you're going to find Git Commands and just open that up. Alright. And inside of here, you can see that we have a Readme file. Alright. Now inside of our Readme file, we can go ahead and just edit that a bit. And you're going to see that there's like some green stuff happening, right? So that just shows the lines that need to be inserted into the GitHub repo. Alright, I'm just going to write hello here. Alright, you guys can also do, another thing in GitHub is called .gitignore. So just write .gitignore, like this. So what .gitignore does is, it basically just ignores certain files. Like, for example, let's suppose if you have a text file with all of your passwords. Now, you don't want that to be, committed to your repo. So to ignore a file, just use star, and just write something like main.py. Like that. Alright, and now if you were to just go ahead and create a file like this, main.py, as you can see, it's less dark. That means that it's not going to go and commit into our GitHub repository. Now you can also create another file like other.py. Now, because there's no git ignores on this, it's immediately going to be added in. I'm just going to go ahead and just print hello. Alright, now let's suppose if you finally finished coding out a certain feature in your app, and now what you want to do is just go ahead and commit it. So to do this, commit it onto your actual online repository. So what you're going to want to do is first of all add all your changes. To do this, just type git add space period. The next thing you're going to want to do is just commit the changes, right? What I mean by commit is to take everything you've added and just actually commit it, right? So that's like the next step. So type git commit, all right, and then -m for a message, and you're going to explain what you did here. So I'm going to say made gitignore and Python file, and make sure it's in quotation marks. All right. The next thing you will want to do is actually add it or push it to your actual GitHub repository. So just type git push. All right. Now, once everything's done and you see no errors, that means that you've actually committed it completely. So to check that this is true, what you're going to want to do is just head on over to GitHub. All right. Whoops. Okay. Yeah. I've head on over to GitHub and seen my repositories. I'm going to go over to the repository I modified. And as you can see, there's a gitignore, an other.py, and a readme.md. But what you will also notice is that there's no main.py, as that has been ignored inside of our gitignore. So those are the basic Git commands that you guys really need to know about. Thank you guys for watching. Have a nice day.